Hi everyone, I'm calling this one Charmed, and the reason is because it has charms here, and I think there's a couple hanging out here at the bottom, and one here. It was fun decorating this one. I wanted it to be really pretty and feminine, and I added lots of things like flowers and, well, this is a stretch lace closure here, and on the spine is a piece of one of my snippet rolls. I like using that for just to give that spine a little reinforcement. The cover's very soft. It's collage on just on some regular paper, and then it's all lined with fabric. It's collaging on the back, and so here's the fabric that it's lined with, which was some of that fabric I got in that upholstery or fabric sample book. I'm not sure what kind of fabric it was supposed to be, upholsteries or curtains or something. Anyway, yeah, so and I added this flower here just kind of as a little focal point. This was actually part of the collage here, and I just kind of liked the way she looked right there. It's kind of part of one of my old catalogs. And so let's take a look inside. So there's the fabric, and then this paper here is actually part of a piece of, it's either a Cavallini poster or it's Cavallini wrapping paper. I got it a long time ago, and I've had it, was kind of cut in an odd shape because I had used part of it before, so just looked for a way to make it work in something, and I was able to use it in this journal. So some fussy cut plant from a book that I have. This is actually an envelope that I did some jelly prints on, and inside is just some Tim Holtz ephemera. I think this paper has been avocado dyed. And I did make some of these corner tucks. I made them really big, and so I was kind of glad that I was able to use them in this journal, because I think next time I will make them a little smaller, but I wanted them to be the kind that lift up that you can write in. And then here is the tag I made. There's a little fabric at the top, and old book page on the back. Just added lots of fussy cut flowers. I love to cut them out, and I have to kind of remind myself that I need to use them once in a while too. So just some fabric stitched on here as trim, and just lots of old interesting book pages. This cutout flower I turned into a pocket for this postcard, which is, yeah, I believe that's one of the French postcards. Look at the beautiful handwriting. It's very pretty. It's embossed. So I added these flowers to this page from an old scrapbook. Some piece of an old map. And so I made these little tabs. I wanted to reinforce where I was going to add the eyelets, and then I added the charms. And here we have just a little bead. It's some olivine. It's kind of sort of a less expensive version of jade. Avocado dyed paper. So another piece of snippet roll here that I turned into a pocket. And for this photo, which if you look closely, you'll see there are 3 people there in the center. It's pretty old. I would guess 30s, from the 30s. from the way they're dressed. So this is a flip out here. This is from Beauty and the Beast. And then part of the book on the back. And then here he's picking a flower for Belle, I think. And so I put that flower there. This is some of the hand-dyed paper that I get from a lady that's a local person here. She does amazing stuff with, and I think this was maybe brown craft paper, and then she uses dyes on there, and just very gorgeous paper. And here is something from an old book, and just some writing paper that I did a little stamping on. Some piece of a doily there, so stitched on. So here I have put used a pin to attach this little pearl. I like how those pins work, because it does it makes it a little easier to attach it to an eyelet. And another flip up pocket. This is a book plate from an old book that I have already taken apart, and this is from also a botanical field guide on butterflies. And here we have another charm. So I'm not sure. This is some kind of just opaque white crystal. I can't remember what it's called. So that is attached there. And, oops. So here we have an Edith Holden page in the middle, and then these two charms here on the strings. So here we have a birdhouse and a little butterfly. So I'm calling this journal Charmed because of all the charms in it. So another one of the tuck flips, and this is an old receipt from a Greyhound bus ticket and part of an old address book. Another fussy cut flower, and I didn't glue it all the way down so it could be used as a tuck for this writing paper here. One of my handmade envelopes, which I clipped down. So here's the front collage on the front and on the flap, and just some really old book page. I actually I think I put 2 layers together here to make it extra strong. And inside is this card, which I think is very pretty. There's another bird there underneath, and so on the edge of this page I've stitched down some doily in paper and added another charm. This one is a dragonfly, and part of that hand-dyed paper, which I folded over into a pocket. And in here is something that somebody had saved. They were clipped together. In fact, the clip is actually rusty. And it is a diet, and this was actually personalized for Miss Bass. and it's from April 1938. It's basically a 1,000 calorie diet, little chart on the back, and some food suggestions here that are typed out. I found it among some old papers. I thought it was kind of neat, and I just thought it might be fun to look at for someone. And some writing paper stitched down on top of this. I think it's a German book, kind of. Oh, and then another, yeah, I showed you that charm. Okay, this is a copy of one of my Simplicity patterns. And here we have a pink stone. And so I made this collage pocket for a really pretty Easter card, which you can open it up and right on the inside. There it has a little bow right there, so it's kind of tied. And then a page from one of the old autograph books that I have from the 30s. So, was a postcard that came with some stuff that I found. I kind of had this little kit for making a leather wallet, and this little postcard came with it. And a belly band with this journaling card inside. And here we have an Eiffel Tower charm. This is, I think this came from an old scrapbook. I'm not sure if it was like a calendar picture or something. And this actually came from a book. I just kind of like that picture. So I tucked it in there with it, with the other card. And it opens up. Here's the rest of the envelope with a tag inside. And so I folded over that paper and made it a little pocket with an old postcard. And this came from inside an old magazine subscription offer. That's it. So this is Charmed. Thank you for watching. Hope you're having a great weekend.